Rocky. All right. Hello. I was thinking of last night. First of all, I'm Lois Frankel, member of Congress here. What a fantastic night we had last night. I just want to say it. Found care to celebrate all the good work, and I see a lot of the people who were there last night. Anyway, today, joining me is our ambassador and the founder of the Promise Fund, Nancy Brinker. There's so many accolades I could give you about her. She's really well renowned for her fight against breast cancer, the Susan Komen Breast Cancer Foundation that she started. I've marched many times with you here, and this is something of note because I have to say this, Nancy. She was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest civilian honor in the country, really, for all your good work. Nancy, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not going to have David Brodsky. You're also very generous to our community. You are the chair of the Promise Fund board. We have Chris Uzeri, who's the chief executive of Found Care, with us, and he's going to. We have some other very prominent current and former members of Found Care who, Chris, you're going to mention in a moment. And we have also with us the CEO of Genesis. Where are you? Okay. And Dina Warren, and she's going to be the benefactor of some new equipment. We'll talk to you about, you'll talk about that in a moment. And there are other ones, and we're going to introduce all of you. Someone's going to introduce all of you in a minute. Congratulations to Yolette. She had a great honor last night. Okay. These are folks who do really great work, and we're so blessed in our community. We're putting people over politics, right?
Absolutely.
And we were very fortunate last year in Congress. We really put an unprecedented amount of money into what we call community projects, where members get to work in the community and bring back grants to them. And that's why I'm so excited to be here, to get to the announcement. Which is we're going to save lives, the lives of our mothers and our grandmothers and our sisters. Lots of women's lives are going to be saved with what we're going to announce today. The Promise Fund is receiving almost $1 million, which is part of the funding that you're going to get this year, to increase access to cancer and cervical early detection for our under-resourced communities. And they're going to, we just saw a few minutes ago, a machine, a 3D breast cancer screening machine, which they're going to be able to bring with this grant money to Genesis. And I think you're going to talk about that in a minute. It's really unbelievable to me and unacceptable that Florida ranks last, not second to last, but last, for women under 65 in the United States who are insured. So what does that mean? Someone said it's sad. Yes, it's sad. And keep in mind that, and I'm sure one of you are going to talk about this, survival rates, if you get the early stages of cervical breast cancer, it's like 99%. I mean, there's so much has been done. So you might be a nurse's aide here, or a waitress, or you're a child care worker. You might have a couple of children. You don't have the time or the resources, the hundreds and hundreds of dollars it takes to get the kind of checkup that a woman needs to really be healthy and survive. So, and I'm sure, Nancy, you're going to talk about all the reasons women put off screening, other than the fact you don't want to face the machine. That's one of the reasons. Boy, David, you said right, but you know.
I know.
I know, right? No, thank you. You're a terrific guy.
You know, my two daughters and my wife, who is now deceased, all had terrible breast cancer. Okay. And it's, the more we get into this community, the more we see and the more we realize how much work needs to be done in order to bring these women who are less fortunate than we are into the system and find them a medical home.
Right.
It's a major accomplishment that we and your help has provided. We love you.
Okay, that's not his turn to speak. However, David, you did a really good job because there probably isn't anybody here who doesn't have a personal experience. I know my mom, believe it or not, had breast cancer. 40 years ago or 30 years ago. She's 97 now because she got the right treatment. Yeah, thank you for that. But there's a lot of reasons that women don't have access, and this is where the Promise Fund steps in. Not only with the equipment that we need, but they have a patient navigator network, which is really very unique, which really is the way to reach out to so many women, and also funding. It's not free to read a mammography. What do you call it?
The reading,
the care, and so forth. So we're very, very blessed to have them here because they're not, as I said, they're not only saving lives, but they're saving the stress and expenses in the healthcare setting, because it's much less expensive to catch a cancer than to have to treat a cancer. So with that, I'm going to bring up, who am I bringing up? I'm bringing up Nancy. I'm bringing up Nancy Brinker, our heroine. And just to say, because you had Jill Biden here this year, this is really aligns very closely with the President's Cancer Moonshot Initiative. Very important to the First Lady and to the President. And with that, I bring up the terrific Nancy Brinker. And don't worry, my phone is not going to ring.
Following the terrific Lois, who we still call our mayor. She may be a congresswoman, but she's still our mayor. And she's watching out for us all the time. And we got this surprise call a couple of months ago, and I almost fell off the chair. And she was looking out for us and said, you should be going for this money that, from the infrastructure and the community part. And I said, this is the best idea I've ever heard, because we were going to be looking for this. As you know, we opened our center here last year. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Oh, God. It goes so fast. Please forgive me, but it's worked so well. And so because we have this very large population, we believe to be over 100,000 women who have low resources and no primary care. And if you don't have primary care, that really is your medical home. Someone who keeps your records, someone who can guide you, and you will get care faster when you have a primary physician. So Found Care has been a perfect kind of a partner. Everybody has done a great job here. Karen Patty, our COO, has worked tirelessly, and our other staff members here unbelievably well to get the kind of attention to what we're doing. We believe this is the way to build the real system we need to build in the United States. That is pairing with the federally qualified healthcare centers. And not all of them are like Found Care, but there's some very, very good ones. And this way, we can bring people in. They have access to good technology, and that will be our goal. And we want to see it happen all over the United States. There's no reason why a woman shouldn't have this kind of screenings, breast and cervical screening. Now, back to Lois. She's always been such an amazing advocate for so many things, Lois, and I have to thank you. And you're very right about politics have no play here at all, except that we all have a good reach, so we can get them together easily. And I was in Washington last week with the Hologic folks, and they were just thrilled that we were able to get together and do this. And we were thrilled that we got to see Lois. By the way, I'm not clogging up your office, but she has the most amazing art talent. I don't know if you've seen her paintings, but her whole office, you walk in there and you go, wow, she's our gal. She is getting it done.
That's not in the script either.
Like. Thank you, Lois. We set goals, and you've heard us sort of blow these numbers around, but it's true. We now have educated, navigated, screened, and even treated when necessary through the Continuum of Care program. We've put together 22,000 of these women, and we're gonna double it next year, and then we're gonna double it the year after that, because I've been challenging our wonderful staff, and they look, oh she's crazy. But because it's a lot of work, but it's joyous work. It's so joyous to see people not be worried that they have someone to talk to. The navigator becomes their emotional support in addition to their guide where they have to be. And we now have colleagues we can talk to who give us feedback. What else do we need to do? How can we get more people to go through this system? Because at the end of the day, that's what's going to work in our country. So thank you so much, Lois. And we hope you'll come back often here and to Genesis. We have, is this mine too? Am I supposed to? Okay. So just to make sure that you know, after launching this, we will be launching the next, and it will be in Genesis Community Health. So I want to thank all of you for creating the model that Genesis can share. And that's how we want to do it. Everybody will share the model as it's being done around them. And we have high hopes. And I want to also say, finally, thank you to Karen, Patty, and all of her staff again and again. Each of you have made a significant contribution. But so have you at Found Care. This was not something you were expecting, to have a machine dumped in your hallway and put Found. And Yolette found it, and Chris, and you all just been wonderful in adapting to this. And thank you again and again. And now you know where to call or come to the Promise Fund. We will be there to help you. We are not leaving, and we're going to make sure nobody leaves you.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. So just so I know we got a lot of moving parts. So to clarify, what has been set up here at Found Care really is going to serve as a model. Correct?
That's right.
And so we saw the 3D mammogram machine today. This money will be used to purchase one for Genesis down in Boynton Beach, which is also a health center down there, also serving under-resourced folks. And the navigators work throughout your system.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. I think I got all those parts together. So, okay, next we're going to bring up Chris. Chris, you're going to introduce yourself.
Yep.
And all your folks that are here.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you everyone for being here with us at Found Care this morning. This to me is a people's champ right here, Lois Frankel.
All right, that's all right.
And the reason I say that is when during the COVID pandemic, there were so many challenges and no one really knew where to turn. Even those of us in healthcare were very concerned with what to do. She was there every single week hosting a call to make sure that no one panicked, to make sure that we were all calm. And she still continues to give back. And the reason I say the people's champ is because when you're a member of Congress and you take time to come back to your constituency, to identify the real grassroots issues, to make a difference, that's when you've really made it. And so we thank you always for your commitment.
All right, thank you.
I'd also like an opportunity to thank Nancy Brinker, who, you know, we thought about this in concept. And when she came to me and talked to me about it, I said, I don't know that I can handle this. And at the time, Ms. Bonet was the CEO and told me, you can do it, Chris. And I said, thanks, Ms. Bonet. And here we are. It's remarkable. Very quickly, I just want to recognize Ms. Bonet for her leadership in creating Found Care and dedicating 20 years of her life to this organization. Thank you so much. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank also our Director of Women's Health Services, who's here, Dr. Rose Filius. Dr. Pavlicek, who's here, who's our Chief Administrative Officer. I see our Chief Financial Officer in the back and our Chief Operating Officer, Andy Ansonar, and Marcia Young. Thank you. And so there's so many. Oh, wait, right, that's a special introduction. So, and Stacy, who's here, who's our tech. Hi, Stacy. She's the one doing all the memos.
Okay.
But our board chair, is, and her name is Viviane Jean-Francois, has been a remarkable visionary for Found Care. And one of the other things about Viviane is that she's a breast cancer survivor for 10 years.
Very nice. Okay.
So it's these types of programs that we put together. And again, thanks to Nancy, the Promise Fund, we were able to bring this to Found Care. And for that reason, we've screened over 3,000 women in 24 months.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that's the type of impact we're having. The thing that makes us happiest is that we were the pilot. We took the brunt of the pain to get this to where it is, but it's all for the betterment of others. And so at this point, I'd like to thank and pass the baton on to another federally qualified health center, someone who's my colleague and very dear friend, Deanna Warren, the CEO of Genesis.
So good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. And Congresswoman Frankel, thank you. We don't know what this is going to do for our community. We're in Boynton Beach and, well, Southern Palm Beach County, Boynton Beach, Boca Raton, but we have so many women that just do not get screened. So by this generous, this equipment and the fund from, I love that name. I knew that one. and the Promise Fund, we're going to be able to navigate so many women and get so many women screened that would not have had an opportunity to have screening. So thank you so much for being our champion in Washington and bringing these funds, much needed funds, here to Palm Beach County.
Oh, I'll applaud myself.
And through all of this whole process of partnering with the Promise Fund, I've met the staff there is remarkable. Like they become family for me. Lisa and Mariceli and Karen, who takes my texts, and Lisa is so patient. So they're all such a great group. And through me working with them, I've had the chance to meet Nancy. And Nancy, I've been fangirling after you for years before I've had a chance to meet you. So to finally get invited to an event and you were there and I met you was a dream come true. So
that's
you're
so
just
sweet.
An inspiration. So I just want to make sure, I just want to put it out there that we're going to do our best. And thank you, Yolette and Chris and Rick and your whole administrative staff for creating this wonderful model that we are going to copy every bit of and put it at our health center, because you guys have been the pioneers in this county, in this state, in the country. So we're gonna do our best to make everyone proud and serve our community. So
fantastic.
on behalf of our board of directors and our staff and mostly our patients that are gonna benefit from this, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you. Well, it's nice to bring some joy into this world, right? That's why we're putting people over politics. And to Nancy and David, you took personal pain, tragedy in your own families, and you've turned it into blessings for so many people, partnering with these incredible healthcare providers who serve under-resourced folks, men and women, boys and girls, every single day. So I can just say that I'm the one who is giving the thanks, and take any questions anybody has. We good?
So can you ask us, can you inform everybody about how this works?
All right, come on over here. Nancy's going to talk about how the system works before we move. All right. Come on.
We wanted to hear from you how it works in Congress, and so.
Oh, how it works in Congress. How did this come about? Okay, so well, this wasn't in the script either, but I'll tell you how it works. So we were fortunate in the last year. We were finally, the Congress decided to allow for what's called community projects, which gets members of Congress to come back to the community, talk to the grassroots, find out what's needed. And we went through a process. We had many, many applications. We each had, I think, 10 or 15 projects. I think that year was 10 projects. We had a panel. So it wasn't just me selecting these. I had a panel, including the United Way and so forth, to look at the projects. And Promise Fund was selected, and we are very fortunate because two of our other congresswomen from here put that in for their community project. So this is going to be, I'm not going to give it away. I'll let them make those announcements. But this is going to be you call it A home run or a triple?
A 3 home runs.
A trifecta.
Almost
This
grand slam.
is amazing. This is going to be a trifecta here in South Florida because we're going to duplicate this in 3 different places. And we're very blessed. Thank you very much. And everybody, stay healthy. Get screened. and have a great day. Oh, now she's still going. Okay. Come on, Nancy.
No, Lois just said we can't. We have to be in.
Here, but you can't be heard. So here, talking to the mic if you're going to talk.
The thing is that we would love to. We're not going anywhere, and when sometimes people go through our experience of the Promise Fund thing, they get tears in their eyes. They think it's the most amazing thing that's happened, but we want to keep it that way. We are not going anywhere to the best of our ability. We are going to be here until we reach our end goal, and that is going to be to supply a healthcare system in America that's already working. A lot of people don't know it, but to pull all the ends together and give people the opportunity to be screened early for a lot of different diseases, not just breast cancer. That my sister died of it, and I've had that too, and all of these cancer diseases are frightening. But when you have a place like this and you can walk into and know that people, regardless of what you have, will treat you, that's something that brings us so much joy every day. That said, we want your feedback all the time. If you see anything that you think should be improved, anything that has been improved and we don't know about it, or any of the good stories, we want to share with our board and the people who work so hard the good stories too. So thank you.
Very good. Okay, we did it. All right, Found Care, go to work.